All right. For your notice, this conversation is now being recorded. Please also know that all information that's going to be relayed here or every discussion here is just not any financial advice. No one should take it as a financial advice. Besides, you must also do your own research. I hope by the time you join Moon Talking community, you might have done your own research. So, but we want to reiterate, want to all make this statement fantastically clear to everybody that every discussion or anything that goes on here right now is not a financial advice. So now that that disclaimer is out of the way, let's get back to Stacy.
Yeah, hello. Thank you, Emmanuel. And I wanted to welcome everyone who's joining us and everyone who's listening on the recording. And I also, I just want to open up the floor because this one of the ideas of this AMA is for us to hear from you guys. If you guys had any thoughts or if you guys had any ideas for moving the direction to get it to a new coin. And so before I start overviewing the thoughts that I have, I was just wanted to hear from you guys if there's anyone here or in the Telegram chat. We can read out your questions too. If you had any questions or comments or suggestions.
Okay, so thanks so much, Stacy, for the information. Over to us, community. As our project lead, she's doing incredibly well. Like, I'm really amazed at the speed and pace at which she's traveling or she's taking this community or this project to. And she really loves the community, so she's made it very clear that it's not about her or anybody else. It's for us to think through this or think through the proposals, and it's to ask all of us to join with her to make this to move this project forward. So, over to us, community. If you have any suggestion, by now you might have all read through the document that she posted. So, if you have any reservation, contribution whatsoever, you can lay it out. But before I think, Stacey, would you want to start with before we get to the new smart contract, which is obviously the talking point of today, because from the poll that we just had, about 37% wanted us to talk about the new smart contract, but we can't also disregard the new wallets and the new logo and the moon swap. So, Stacey, would you want to talk about briefly about the smart contract? Sorry, about the new website, the new logo, and the moon swap before we finally get to the blockbuster topic of the day, the smart contract.
I love how you say blockbuster. Okay, so for sure, we have our new website and the new website that is going to come out within the next week. It's going to have our community wallet details and it's going to have a new logo. We've kind of made a, what do you call it, like a plastic surgery design to our previous design. I hope you guys like it. I really feel like it's a welcoming design. And I know that Emmanuel, who helped me video edit, and also Ray, who helped video edit the last community update I made, they kind of gave you guys like this brief, teaser, which is kind of fun. So just look out for that. The whole idea is we're going to, convey confidence and trust. Like that's our outward message. And like I said, I really feel like our community is creative and we're collaborative and we're cohesive. So those are the messages and the values that I do feel like our website does echo out. And we also will have a form feature where you can sign up your email and then you can post your messages so that we can hear from you. Perhaps, Emmanuel, I'm just going to go straight to the proposals that I wrote for us.
Okay. Okay. But will you
Yeah.
briefly want to talk about the moon swap, because I think it was the third most sought after at the poll. So if you can briefly talk about the moon swap, because it seems we also have some people in this community who are interested to know what's happening with the moon swap. So maybe you can talk briefly about that, then we can move to the main point.
Yeah, absolutely. Moonswap would be a feature that would be on our website so that people could purchase Moon token via PancakeSwap via our website, and that would be called Moonswap. And from what I know is that I have a meeting with the web developer Noor, our Pakistan team, and Bilan on Saturday, and they're going to update me on the progress.
Okay, thanks to you, Stacy. All right, so has anyone any question? Do anyone have any question to ask Stacy regarding these two topic before she goes into the smart contract? Okay, so I think no question has been asked in the group yet. So
Yeah, Esco.
all right, there's a question.
Yes, just to follow up. Yes, we have the moon swap. I can personally, work the moon swap. The testing worked well. Now it's handed over to the Pakistan team because they'll be implementing it live, so it'll be tested, live on the servers that they'll be living on.
All right, great. So the community, the person you just heard from is the our developer, and she's the head of developers. So I think he's the right person to give us a detailed information about Moonswap. So thank you, Esco. So Stacey, back to you. Can you talk about the main topic, that the new smart contract? Because I think that's going to take a lot of our time today.
Sure, absolutely. Also, thank you, Esco, for the update on Moonswap. So I prepared a PDF file and I sent it in the group chat of Telegram. So I did kind of like a hurricane brainstorm because I really wanted to get as many of my ideas outside for you guys to hear. And first of all, I would very much like us to create a new coin. That would mean that we move away from our Moon token 10%. Because right now, basically, a lot of the use cases that we were thinking of when we had the Ideas Jam, like with our awesome Ideas Jam members, every time we had a use case, it was like, oh, so, okay, let's say we ask businesses to participate in Moon Token. So our community members will always get a 10% discount. And then when the business owner decides to cash out, he also loses another 10%. So basically for business owners to promote their products to our Moon Token community and receive Moon Token, they would lose 20% in the bigger picture of things. So not only that, but because the contract is renounced, like we don't have that much control of our tokens, in fact, and the way that tokens are now distributed. For example, a lot of people have been asking about, how are we going to get it on exchange? When exchange? When exchange? When exchange? Well, one of the things is because us, the project management team, we don't have any power over the current Moon tokens in circulation, except for the ones that we have. So it means that for the exchanges that I've been negotiating with the past 3 weeks, they charge, or their proposal is really not attractive at all, because there are things that they would do and they would charge us an extra 10% here and an extra 5% there, just because we don't have tokens to put up on their exchange. So in light of that, I really feel the direction for us to go to is making a new coin. And I would very much like to propose to get out of taxation, which means that if I buy a shirt for $10, which might be equivalent to right now 2 billion Moon token, that would just cost me 2 billion Moon token. I wouldn't have to worry about taxation and stuff like that. And in package to that, because in our current smart contract, we do earn passive rewards from the 10%. So in the new coin, we would not have that. But however, we would be looking for ways to improve Moon token's added value, its market cap, and its value added services to the community, its business case usage, so that us as investors, we would have capital appreciation through the increase in value of our token. And also, there's something that I would love to discuss, if there's anyone on call to discuss too, about if we don't have passive rewards through the redistribution of tokens when people buy or sell, we can consider things like staking in the future. I have one contact and I asked if it's possible to integrate in their staking platform. And the thing now is, when I'm opening my doors and talking to my different contacts, because we don't have a unified stance, or we don't have a set direction, at least right now on August 5th, confirmed from the community, it's really hard to negotiate different terms. So I really would hope, and I think it'd be awesome if in this next few days we can have something to go forward with, and yeah, like a more solid thing to go forward with, so we can really engage blockchain developer or just the Solidity contract creators to just give us advice and help us make this contract. The second point on my proposal is creation of a DAO, which is community voting power. It's decentralized. Emmanuel, what does DAO stand for right now?
Or decentralized autonomous organization.
Oh, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so it would have that. And for those who don't, who are unfamiliar about this term, Emmanuel, can you speak maybe like a little bit, like 30 seconds on what is a DAO?
All right. So DAO gives power to the community members who wants to have the power. All right. So, for example, if you have a specific amount of a moon token, it means the DAO is a system created within our contract that will give specific people the power to make decision. All right. So it's like maybe we have the main dev team, or we might have the main team being the Senate, or you can consider the DAO as the Congress, right? So what happens is if you have a certain number of tokens, it gives you or affords you the right to be able to be part of the decision making and to vote against or for a certain decision that let's say the Senate or the team will be making. So basically, to make it very simple, that's what it means with the DAO. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. Okay, and then also, I would also like to propose a redenomination, which in other words means that currently our maximum supply is 1 quadrillion. And I'd like us to consider changing that to 1 trillion. Someone asked in the chat earlier today, does that mean that the value of our our moon token decreases if you decrease the denomination? Decrease the, how do you call it? Yeah, I think the denomination is correct. Actually, everything stays the same. It means that instead of holding, let's say if I'm holding 1 billion moon token, in the future, I would be holding 1 million moon token of the new contract, the new coin, and then the dollar value would, or the, the market value would reflect that, because the market value is determined by the price is determined by market cap divided by supply. So that's how the price is determined. So now, when I was thinking about it, I was really thinking thoughtfully about, the tokenomics. It's really open to discussion. One thing I really want to highlight is out of the 100% in the new 1 trillion moon token, 30% goes to our current hodlers. So why I say this is because, we have 25% holding current circulating supply. So, and like, who knows who's going to buy in the next like weeks or months until we buy that contract. Until we convert. So, but I just want to reassure you, like in my heart, when we are making this new coin, it's to make a brighter, stronger, amazing future for Moon Token, and that we all just swap over. There's a lot of questions on how, the mechanics of which it's for us to really just talk to a blockchain consultant and have him or her let us know, and we can talk more about it. Next thing, 20% Moon Token supply to put up in exchanges, or for people to buy Moon Token via credit card from our website. I really love this because instead of like you have to download Trust Wallet and then you have to do this and do that, do this and do that. If we own Moon Token ourselves as a company, then we could sell Moon Token. People can buy it with a credit card. It's kind of like how Binance sells Binance Coin on their website. I definitely think that this time went around, moving on to the next point of 20% investors for venture capital companies, and during pre-sale, maybe 20% will go there. And because I have the full intention to direct Moon Token to be a legacy company, that we're really going to make a dent in the world, and we're really going to be a solid company with, all of the checks and balances and all of the proper operating procedure, that we will like have investors who are interested to take part in our journey together. So that's why I want to do it that way. Then 10% is to Moon Token Foundation, which I'd like to talk about later in my in the agenda points today. And one of the things is like you allocate 10%, and I was really blessed that my friend connected me with the COO of a very extremely top crypto blockchain company, and he gave me advice, and he shared with me how their foundation was allocating the funds, and that foundation in fact like gets audited from Deloitte, and there is corporate governance and the whole works, and they have a 10-year long plan that after 10 years that organization will become totally decentralized. So anyways, I mean, I had that mentoring talk with the COO of that company. So he advised me to create like a similar structure, 10% for development, 5% for marketing, 3% for scholarships. I'm really, that's moving on to my vision after I go through these tokenomics. I just feel like the vision of us is that we're here to Moon, yes, and Moon means like there's different aspects of what Moon can be, and I just think that we can give back to the community, help empower others to like study, and give out community scholarships, and then there's admin costs. So therefore, the actual circulating supply will be around 700 billion Moon token. Emmanuel, do you want to take a break and take questions from the community now, please?
All right. Okay. So I think are you done? So thank you, Stacy, for the updates. We want to take some comments from the community. We have when is the coin supposed to take off? Maybe you should the community own and get some proper leadership and direction. I think it was just a suggestion right there. So let me take another main question. Someone asked, will the coin have different name or will it go by Moon Token 2.0? Stacy?
Yeah, I think this is a great question. I personally love the name Moon Token. I feel that we have a really strong narrative. We've bonded with Moon Token, and I'd like to go ahead with Moon Token.
Thank you. I hope we did answer your question. Please, someone was also asking what will happen to us, the MT holders? Can we stake? How much new token do we have to have the DAO voting right?
These are all great questions. And when I created this idea, Hurricane Brainstorm, to put in the chat, it's more to stimulate discussion. I do not have fixed answers to discuss, and I was hoping that we could have like a fruitful discussion as a community. So yeah, can we stake? I think for me, I would say yes, because we would want to reward hodlers. And how much new token do we need to have a DAO voting right? I think this is really up for us to discuss together. So the question back to Crypto Buddy would be, how much new token would he suggest for us to have or need or require to have a DAO voting right?
That's awesome. Awesome. All right. So another question. We take the last question. Then we go back to Stacy. All right. So where will we get the liquidity from?
Yeah, I was wondering if the person who asked this question can give me more perspective, because I want to fully understand this question.
Yes, I know that we have 2 million in equity for V1, and that is in the in burn. We cannot touch that. Not sure if PancakeSwap can transfer it. We need to talk to them. It takes about 2 weeks to get full response. But we have a little bit of liquidity. If you want to add liquidity, actually, I make 3% of all transactions of the fees I get from the liquidity I added myself for V2 for Moon Token.
Wait, how do you do that? What is that?
I get Moon Token and what is it? And Cake LP liquidity pool, and I add them to the pool, to the liquidity pool in PancakeSwap, and then from there, a PancakeSwap takes a fee. Like a certain percentage goes to PancakeSwap, a certain percentage goes to the people who add that liquidity.
Okay, so does that mean that you on your own make your own liquidity pool?
You can. It's BNB and Moon token. So if someone's buying Moon token with BNB, then that's a liquidity pool of that transfer.
Yes, so it's like everybody can create a liquidity on DEX, on the decentralized exchange. Everybody can create a liquidity, but I think someone can lead, then others can add to liquidity, just like Esco has done. Others can also add to liquidity, then it becomes a bigger pool, right, Esco?
Yes, but right now our contract has 8% of transactions going to V1 liquidity. And if we update the contract, I doubt that we want to stay at V1 for PancakeSwap.
All right.
So yeah, this is something that will take more wondering and see how others are doing it. It's kind of stuck to how the contract is today, but yeah, that could be something to talk about later, of changing the token, of maybe not possible tax, but some other way of adding that liquidity in PancakeSwap. But people trust in the liquidity, and that's why so much of it is taxed. So people aren't concerned with rug pulls.
Okay. All right. So, Stacy, anything else you want to add? Anything, or before Stacy says anything, the discussion is still open. If you have any question, you can post. I will read it, or you can also speak. It's a free forum. You can also share your thought by unmuting your mic. Then you speak. So, Stacy, over to you.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Ramlev here.
All right. So we have
Hi, Ram.
Ramlet.
Yes.
Okay. I went through. Yeah, Stacy, I went through your PDF, and I have some ideas I'd like to share, because you asked me to take a look at Harmony One, and I saw that they already have a ready-made bridge. So I think we can hit two birds with one stone. Now, I'll share my screen using using the Telegram app. So
Also,
wait, I'll just share my screen. Let me know once you can see it.
yeah, perfect. We can.
Okay, now I should have the PDF open. Can you guys see my screen?
Sure, we can.
Okay, so yeah, Stacy, so yeah, this is you had me look at Harmony One, and I saw that they already have a ready-made bridge where you can bridge over BEP tokens to HRC20 tokens. And that, yeah, the bridge will have assets mapped at 1:1. So what we can do is to implement the idea of getting out of taxation and all and setting up the new tokenomics. What we can do is set up a new contract on Harmony One, and then allow the bridging over of BEP tokens to that new contract where it's a 1:1 correspondence. Wait, where is that? Assets. Okay, here we go. So here on the bridge, we can have, yeah, no, not ERC20. Here, wait, Binance. Here we go. So example, we can have a Moon token with the Binance contract and the corresponding HRC contract for Moon token. So it'll be your Moon token 1.0. And on the Harmony chain, we can implement the get out of taxation. And yeah, the 30% to Moon token holders when they bridge it over. Now the 20%, the supply for exchanges, and 20% investors in pre-sale, that can come from, okay, because yeah, on the Binance network, yeah, we're taxed and it gets thrown into the burn address. But on the new contract on Harmony One, this will be freed for the other tokenomic processes. So you can set aside budgets for, yeah, the 20% and for staking, marketing, development, community scholarships
But my
on the
question to
Harmony.
you, Ram, is if we,
Yeah,
let's say we do this Harmony one, then like let's say there's 100 Moon tokens, just for easy math. Okay,
yeah,
25% are for current holders, and then we have 75 left. So
that's
of
correct.
that, how much could we put aside to put on more exchanges?
That's up to you
But
because
wouldn't
it will
we
be
also?
free. Yeah,
So it would, okay, so in other words, are you saying that there's a new coin that we create on the Harmony blockchain and
it's a new
25,
coin, and then everyone, if they want to, they'll bridge over their coins in order to get the new coin. Because remember, bridging is 1:1. Wait, let me bring that up. Bridge, where's that? Here we go. Assets are mapped 1:1. So if you, now this is a BSUD example. So if you bring 10 BUSD or 10 Moon token, 10 will be issued on Harmony One. So if 10 Moon token, if someone bridges over 100 Moon token, 10 Moon token on BSC, they use the Harmony bridge, they'll get 100 corresponding Moon tokens on the Harmony One blockchain. So it's 1:1.
yeah, and in that way, I just know I've been studying this company Harmony. I think it's very, there's a lot of things going on with that company.
Yeah, and then remember, yeah, and then since it's 1:1, the burn address will not exist on Harmony One. You'll be able to use this amount for your, yeah, your 20%, 20%, 10, 10, 5, 5, 3, 2, send it to exchanges, or you can even set up a budget for staking for the users on the Harmony One blockchain. Just an idea. But
Yeah.
since it's 1:1, there will be no redomination. It will still be 1 quadrillion on the Harmony chain.
And then
And it's
Ram,
up to
did
the
you have a
users.
chance to check out Binance as well, or did you focus mostly on Harmony?
Okay, I've been researching mostly Harmony One.
Okay. Okay. I like Harmony One because it's also affordable to create a contract.
Yeah. And yeah, this one has sharding, which the Binance chain does not have. And yeah, this one will also use the same Solidity language. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll
Thank
stop
you so
sharing my
much. No, no,
screen.
no. Thank you so much. And can I trouble you to screen? Would it be possible to screen cap and then put those screen caps in the Telegram main group?
Okay, this is what I'll put it into a document. I'll send it to you, and then you can share it with the community.
Okay, that'd be great. Thank you so
So I'll
much, Ram.
merge it with your PDF proposal. So it will become a
Yeah.
hybrid proposal.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if we do it the Harmony One way, there will be no redenomination.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it will still be 1 quadrillion. And users, it's up to them how many they want to bridge over. They can bridge over all their Moon token holdings and get a Harmony One Moon token. Or if they want to just bridge
Mm,
half and then half later on, they can always do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I was
Now,
studying.
when they
Go
bridge it
ahead.
over, they'll get hit by the 10% tax. But once it's on the Harmony One chain, there's no more tax, and the new tokenomics takes effect.
Yeah, I think so. I was looking at but I was, one of the things is why I was thinking about, instead of just purely bridge, we create a new coin, is because Safe Moon had a little bit of backlash because there was one YouTuber who was commenting like, if more people are shifting their their safe moon into P, protected safe moon, then what happens is there's not as much transactions in the BSC safe moon, and then there's not as many reflections. So that made me think about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think my point of view is if we have to, in case we're working with a new contract, then I think we can leave a room for manual burn. All right, that whenever we reach a certain milestone, we can let the community vote on burn. Those who have the voting power can vote, so we have a manual burn. So I think what Safe Moon is saying or what they're going through, that is really, really what that can't play in our issue or in our situation right now. But if we do not allow, if we do not make room for manual burn, that's where we can have that. Because to reference with Punjix and some bigger projects, even Binance, they have quarterly burn. All right. And sometimes surprisingly, we say, well, like Binance 5 years old, we want to do this, then they can initiate the burn. So if we have, we can also think about manual burn. Then we would have what the Safe Moon people are talking about.
Okay, very cool. And I also wanted to reiterate that today is like a discussion for us to just discuss together. So nothing is set in stone. Everything is flexible, and we can discuss more.
All right, so guys, as I said earlier, this is just based on financial advice. Neither are we providing any of that sort. None of us is a financial financial aspect. So we believe you might have done your own research. So can I also, I know I'm a moderator for this very live AMA, but I think I also want to share my thought. On a new coin, if you have to create a new contract, I think it's very cool that we have a renounced contract. Okay, some people feel that having a renounced contract makes them feel safe. I don't know how that works in a way that you feel safer if the contract is transferred to a zero. But for me, I don't think it's a serious way to take a project like what Stacey suggested to a certain level. Okay, if you renounce the contract, you don't have the power to be innovative. You are capped. What you put in the course is what you will ever work with. I may be wrong. ESCO can talk further about that. But if my little understanding is correct, then I think a new contract shouldn't. I would believe the community would agree. Just like we are all investors who happen to save or to help all of us build something together for the future. So I believe I will totally disagree with having a renounced how do you call it, contract. But maybe ESCOs can, I don't know anyone who understands how the whole blockchain works. Maybe my little understand, I'm making my own assumption, so someone can throw more light on that. But if I'm correct, then as a regular community member like anybody, and a marketer, I can suggest that we do not renounce, because it wouldn't make any sense anyway.
Yes, Emmanuel's right. With it being renounced, that the owner was a person who could change the tax and and possibly even so it's immutable, so it cannot be changed. The person who was able to change was an owner for certain parts of it, like tax. But since it's denounced, that those changes cannot be made, and the contract is closed for us. That's why we would have to move to a new contract if we want any changes. These are and also going back to what was mentioned earlier with like questions about the Moon token, the other exchanges, the liquidity. These are all things, since part of our code is from taken from SafeMoon. These are all issues that SafeMoon had to deal with. So again, now these are things that at least we have a partial roadmap of breadcrumbs we can follow that SafeMoon had to deal with.
All right. I think someone's also asked a question. What will happen to the exchanges Moon token is already on? I don't know if Stacy would want to take that, but I think before Stacy also answers, I would also say I don't think we are totally rejecting or totally destroying or whatever moon token. All right, moon token will always be moon token, but I don't know how or what will qualify a person to own the new coin or the new token. But I would recommend we can have a relation or correlation between Moon token and the new Moon token 2.0 that will incentivize people to buy their old Moon token in order for them to earn the Moon token, the new Moon token. So we haven't two systems. I don't know how. That's just my suggestion, but I think these are all thoughts, all questions that we have to iron out and make sure that we put things together very well to come out with a better solution. So on this note, I will take it back to Stacy so that she can handle the question.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Emmanuel. I will agree with you that nothing is set in stone, and we're discussing right now. First of all, do we agree as a community to create a new coin? I think that's one of the things that I want to see how we feel about it. And then from there, I'm really going to go and engage like some maybe consultants and really talk to them, have a sit down and see what their expertise advice is, and then report back to the community what they say and the different mechanisms involved.
All right. So can I? All right, go ahead, please.
So if we do that, do we do it like, for instance, we have the base asset like a fuel coin, or how do we approach it after that? If we decide to do a new contract, we'd have to figure that out, or
Yes, yes, yes. I think Stacy's already said nothing is set in stone, and I think one thing I would suggest is we would have to put the conversation we're having right now. It's a very important conversation we're having right now. We have to put it together and break it down to yes and no votes. All right. We have to do this, yes or yay or nay vote. All right. So now is the time that all of us have to come together. If you know anyone who holds moon token, because we have something called perceptual bias or post bias. There's a lot of things can make us not get the real information that we need to make this move forward. So it's very important that all of us, all right, talk to people we know holding moon token who perhaps feel that they have to just be out of the community and just wait till the market begins to pick up before they come and shout, show, whatever. I think it's the time you call them on to duty, you bring them all to community so that we can have real perspective of the direction that we want to take. It's about time we have to come together and think of what to do. So I think we'll be having, I don't know, I'm just saying it's for Stacy and Eric, head of this project, to decide. But I recommend that we put this very conversation together, then we can break it down to yay or nay votes going forward. So any other contribution
Yeah.
from
And this is why we're deciding on the DAO. Depending on how many tokens you have, can give you a certain amount of votes, or yeah, that's up for discussion because that's something we're looking into developing. So, the holders can have an equal vote.
All right. So, Stacy, can I speak a little bit about, like, I want to know, would the community also vote on the process of implementing the DAO, or what would it take for a member to have that right to also be part of the community? Because when the DAO is implemented, we have a community members who are part of the Moon Token Congress. Let me put it that way. And so, what would take? Would the community also be part of the decision making to put together the structures to implement the DAO or something?
Yeah, I think this is a great question. I think to make this more fair is that there's a lot of asymmetric information going on, in the sense of, like, even myself, I don't know enough about DAO to comment. I know it from like a textbook concept of empowering the community by choosing a system to give people votes, and from the vote they can choose, like they can have voter representation, and they can move through different resolutions and different changes in a corporate entity, stuff like that. But I don't have enough to comment in a very articulate level. And one of the things that I know us team was working on and are working on is that we're going to invite like specialists to make YouTube videos with us. And this is more of a long-term goal thing of just educating our community as well. Like I have my friend Andrew Bowie, who's a DeFi expert, and he and I are going to record some short videos together to explain to us like what is staking, what is sharding, what is DAO, and then get these videos out to YouTube so that it's not just, I mean, the people on this call, like, thank you guys so much for being here, but there are 101,000 holders, right? So that's why also it's so important to have the DAO so that it's a more fair voting process.
I have a sample DAO site I have open right now. So if you'd like, I can share my screen and we can look at the DAO of a different project.
Sure, but Ram, I feel so embarrassed. I can't even click into your screen. Where do I see that?
You can't see my screen?
Emmanuel, can you see the screen?
Yes, I can see the screen. Can't you?
Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, this is just an example. This is actually a different project. This is how they run their DAO. So, yeah, members can submit new proposals, and then they can put choices like, let's say, a new coin, and then they can have someone can create what's this? Yeah, and then no. So they'll make a proposal. They'll put yes and no, and then everybody will vote. So an example voting is, yeah, the results, the yes or no results will depend on the number of votes based on the amount of coins. So here it's like everybody agreed 100%. So their voting power is based on how many coins you have, and it's captured by Snapshot and wallets.
Yeah, your Connect wallet.
Yeah, you can connect wallet, and that's your voting power, the amount of coins you have. And when they tally the results, it's based on the number of coins that voted for whatever options, whether yes, no, or other options.
Yeah, here it's one vote. One. It looks like 1 point. Yeah, one vote, one coin, or one moon token. What's this rat token? What 1 moon rat equals 1 vote. So
Well,
here you have.
Yeah, so 1 person
billion.
with 115 billion moon rats voted to agree, and he's the only one who voted for the proposal. So that's there could be issues where someone makes a proposal and only 1 person votes, and he says yes, and then they have to implement. So not all proposals, not everyone cares about will care to vote. So
Right there, the votes, there are 2 votes voted yes.
So here, example. So here it's like more people. Oh, no one voted.
1 person voted. The votes.
Yeah.
So Ram,
people will.
can I ask a question?
Sure.
So for to my best of, like, I thought before that before you can qualify to vote, you should hold a specific amount of the token before you have the right to vote.
Well, that's a matter of policy. If you only want those with 1 billion tokens or more to vote, you can implement that or allow everyone to vote.
Okay.
So it's really a matter of policy.
Okay. All right.
So, and then can you tell us about this snapshot? What's a snapshot?
Well, a snapshot is when they have a piece of software that scans the blockchain and gets the quantity for each. So there's either a service running, and then it grabs the amount, and then that's your voting power.
Because I know for like Flare Network and Smart tokens, or Spark Network and Flare tokens for XRP, it's like they took a snapshot for us in December. But if I bought it in May, I wouldn't qualify. Is it?
Yeah, that's it, Stacey. Yeah, that's it. You have it
Yeah.
right.
Yep, that's correct. Snapshots are scheduled using whatever software they use. So they'll schedule for a DAO, maybe you'll need to schedule a snapshot once a week. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, any more questions?
Stacey,
Someone just wrote. All right,
could
go
you
ahead.
could you get your vision of a no tax coin? Because that would be that sounds good. Could you expound on that?
Yeah, because all right, you joined a later, so I understand. Because but Stacey
Yeah,
already
yeah,
said
yeah.
she proposed a no tax coin. So if I don't know,
Delano, how do you feel about that? Do you like staying in the tax, or do you prefer moving out of the tax?
No, I like the idea because we were having a discussion among friends in another group, and we were even discussing the same thing of a no tax coin. So I
Yeah.
like the idea. I don't have a problem with the idea. It's like you're moving towards the towards like a stable coin in a
no,
sense.
from the meme field coin to a real project. Am I right, Stacey?
Right. So
Yeah,
you're moving in a stable coin. So I understand. I like that. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
yeah, that's great.
Don't know how the community feels. I joined the call late. I'm sorry for that. I was on another call, so might be the questions I'm asking you already
That's
answered.
you
No,
deserve to.
that's totally fine. That's totally fine. We're so happy you're here.
All right, blessings.
All
And as we speak, I'm preparing to go again. So I'm riding while I'm whistling.
right, fine.
Yeah.
Good to know you joined already. But I still think someone is also asking the question: if the community goes ahead with a new token, how does it all get paid? I don't know, but like I think it's trying to know how do we finance these whole projects. But I believe that's the reason why it's now brought to the house for us to discuss. I don't know if Stacey would want to talk more about that.
Yeah, I mean, this is for us to discuss. One of the reasons why I asked Ram, he's like our Ram. I asked him, he's a smarty guy. I asked him to help us check out Harmony One, because Harmony One to create a new smart contract costs 5,000 Harmony, and at the market price of six US cents per Harmony, it's around like 500 US dollars around. So there are various options. Like, we are definitely, I will say, we are not going to make our own Moon token blockchain. Like, creating our own blockchain costs so much. I've been getting different quotations of 50,000 US dollars a month and how much fundraising we'd have to do. It means, like, actually the cost involved, one of the things is we are a community and we can fundraise for it. So that's one possible thing we can do. Also, in the proposal that I wrote, we do have allocated Moon token for potential investors.
Oh, okay, that's good. All right. So, any more? Anyone has a question to ask or any contribution? All right. Please do not forget that this is not financial advice. Do your own research. Also, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please, the YouTube. I think Stacey, you would want to talk about the YouTube channel because it's very important to this community. Would you want to say anything about the YouTube channel?
Yeah, absolutely. We would love to grow our YouTube channel. I mean, we have 101,000 holders. We have 8,300 Telegram members, 17.8 thousand Twitter followers, 2,000 Discord members, and it's just like, let's build, and 4,300 Instagram followers. So we really want to focus on YouTube. First of all, one of the things that, from my experience of what we all experience through Moon Token, is that knowledge would be really good for us to know more about the crypto space, to about know more about like the different trends or even the different terms. So we're building something called Moon Token 101, which is a video series that will be shown accessed by through our YouTube channel. So please subscribe for that. And the other thing is like, just as a revenue source alone, if we do create, and we will create amazing content videos, and as our user content grows, we can also generate ad revenue, which we can use for our projects.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. So guys, kindly go to our, you would post it in the group. I think Nelson are here, or can Ray or anybody just help us with that and post in the Telegram group? If you're not part of it, if you're not a subscriber, just go there and subscribe now and watch the video. All right, so you'll be informed. So all right, so thanks everybody thanks everybody for being here. We appreciate your time and your commitment, and just know that Moon Token is us. We are Moon Token, because I get a lot of feedback from the group or messages, and people will be insulting or targeting some people, forgetting Moon Token is them. Like what you do, your actions and inaction would affect Moon Token. So just every day, if you cherish your investment, just go on Twitter to at least react to our message on Trader. Just go to YouTube, watch the videos, just engage in the community activities, so that together we one day just wake up to see Moon Token really moving to the moon. All right, so thanks everybody for joining us. Any comment?
Sorry, Emmanuel, can I respect everyone's time, but I didn't have a chance to go over the proposed use cases I prepared.
Oh, all right, sorry.
Is this
like,
being recorded? Is this being recorded?
Yes,
Yeah,
this
sure.
this is being recorded.
Okay, I'll watch it later. Please excuse me. I have to run. All right.
Thank you, Delano. Thank you.
Blessings.
So I respect everyone's time. I'm just gonna go through the touch through some concepts, is because I do feel like the direction I want to grow Moon Token is that I wrote this as a vision statement, to be a leading social enterprise in the fintech and blockchain space, providing access to technology, education, and widening the reach of financial and blockchain inclusion. So what I feel is like one world issue problem is, as much as we in the, there are certain people with access to technology and access to education, and also just the skills to engage in blockchain, like the more we will be able to be included in the blockchain revolution, which is just getting started. And it kind of breaks my heart, and also because I'm an econ teacher, and I'm an economist, and it just breaks my heart about how much wider the digital divide will go, especially as like blockchain really leapfrog different industries, different areas, and be like totally disruptor. So in that aspect, I do feel like, what if we can be that token, be that social community that really gives back and thinks about the communities and brings them along the ride with us. And so that's what I really love, the idea of social entrepreneurship. So let me just give you an idea of social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship occurs when entrepreneurs come to the world and looks at a social problem, and they take their entrepreneurial skill set and they apply it to solving the case, and they create a self-sustaining model so that they can constantly leverage, grow, increase, and benefit and solve this societal problem, or this economic or this socio-economic problem in the marketplace, and at a competitive or like very, how do you say, non-shark profit rates. So that's social entrepreneurship. And one of the things that I would love to do is we kind of set up, I called them like global technology centers. It's okay, like it's nothing like, wow, like glass doors and 5-story buildings, nothing. It's more just a center, like an office space where we'll have like computers, and that people can come in, we can offer them classes, and of course they'll be paying in Moon Token. And the other thing is that in communities where the technology is not so good, they can't even really access Moon Token. Like, however would they be able to buy Moon Token? Like, there are people, for example, the first country that I'd love to propose to start is in Ghana. And how many customers or how many people can we help get access to Moon Token if they can come to our office and pay Moon Token in cash? Like, something like that is really amazing. And also we would offer NFTs, because I know NFTs. I do have this amazing kind of two amazing experts who are coming on board with Moon Token 101, and they're going to be educating us about NFTs. So that's what we're going to be looking forward to. But also, I was thinking that we could have a strategic partnership with their NFT blockchain as well. And the other idea was actually for the Moon Token community platform was something that we discussed in our idea jams, which is something that, and Ram, you were there, right? It's like, what if we can create like an ecosystem for for community, family, Moon Token family to have a profile page, to post their products online, and they could pay each other in Moon Token and receive Moon Token. So that was the other idea. And finally, the third idea I have is something called micro lending. So the concept of micro lending is like microfinancing, is that there are some people who they really just want to borrow $100 to start their business, for example, in developing countries. Or if there is like $500 to set up their own t-shirt shop in their local neighborhood. And then we could create some lending platform for them. So it would be a micro DeFi. So these are like ideas I had to put towards the community. I'm really open for other ones. I would just say that I would love the heart of the community to be thinking from a more social entrepreneurial side, and also for just like, we're here for the betterment of society. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Right. Thank you so much, Stacy. I think I think someone deserves to say something to Stacy. Like, you can just join this very chat, mute, and just listen. So, apart from Escos, Ramlev, or I think everybody else should say something. All right. Just as opportunity to also say something to to Stacy or the team, because they've worked so hard. Brainstorming, planning, forming, and everything. So, has anyone anything to say apart from Stacy, Esco, Ram, and myself? All right. So I think without much ado, Stacy, please, do you have anything to say? Esco, Ramlev, is there anything else on board to discuss?
Stacy, I'll modify your PDF and I'll send it to you within the next 3 or 4 days.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right. So thanks for watching. Please, this conversation or this AMA will be put to the SoundCloud form to be posted, to be pinned to our Telegram group, so you can revise or listen. And if you have any question after that, you can just post in the Telegram group. We'll be always there to answer that. So thanks for joining us, and we hope to see you the next time. Please remember to join our Idea Jam. Stacy, would you want to briefly talk about the Idea Jam?
Yeah. Actually, I'd like to invite Ram to talk about the Idea Jam.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah. Well, it's just the first step to harness community, creativity and intelligence. Because later on, we'll also harness, community skills and whatever people can, give to enhance the project. But yeah, it's just the first step for community building.
Yeah, and I want to thank you so much, because you initiated the Ideas Jam, and we had such a good time. And I know that there's going to be more people joining our Ideas Jam, and then we're going to be that creative, collaborative, and cohesive community that we are.
All right. So thanks everybody for joining, and we hope to have you on the next time. Bye.